Welcome to the Grappling Grappling Rewind Podcast.
Welcome to this week on the Grappling Rewind Podcast. On this week's show, we are going to preview Who's Number 131 Night of Champions. As always in the show, I'm your host, Maine, joined by my co-host,
Miranda.
How you doing, Miranda?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Got a little pre-show going. Interesting matchups, a lot of championship matchups. ADCC, Asian and Oceanic Trials, is also happening this next week. There's not as much information for trials previews because we have the Who's Number 1 trials. We're not going to preview Asian and Oceanic trials. We're going to recap all of those matches next week, while we are also going to recap Who's Number 131.
Yep.
There's a very big possibility, spoiler alert here, that some of these matches are one way.
Yeah.
It's a neat card, but
we were also supposed to look at the Isle of Man.
yes, there's an Isle of Man card as well.
We'll go over that at the very end.
It's a very, very busy week overall, so we're gonna pick and choose.
I forgot about the Isle of Man.
It's a cool card. It's
It's
an inaugural card, so they're doing a cool thing out there with some neat guys. As far as news goes, it's Thanksgiving week here in the United States, so everything is busy. And people have seen their families. You've eaten a lot of food.
Or not eating a lot of food if you're doing Nogi Worlds.
Nogi Worlds is coming up, which messes up everyone's schedule. I always see that every year on the Flow Grappling's schedule, and we go, why is Worlds now? And Miranda's like, Nogi Worlds.
Yeah.
December every year, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I thought it was in June. She goes, that's Gi Worlds every year, man.
It's Nogi season, and
Yeah.
then it goes back to
Back to
Gi.
Gi.
After this is Gi season.
You would
We
figure
go
after
back to the
this many
Gi.
years of doing the show, I know when Worlds is in Nogi Worlds, but
Yeah.
I see it on the calendar every year and go, wait, I thought we just had in June. Nope,
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Every year I have this problem. So no news this week. Let's kick it off immediately talking about the rematch that is the main event. We have Felipe Pena taking on Luke Griffith again. This one is interesting because normally, if you've listened to the show for any length of time, I like to pick the favorite.
You do.
That's how I've picked. It's like if you're the champion, I assume you're going to stay the champion till the end of time. That's how I pick matches. This one is interesting because it's a rematch. And also, if you know me, I typically will also always pick the guy that won last, typically as well.
Yeah.
Because if you look at MMA, historically when you do MMA picking for matchmaking, if a guy has a previous win over someone, it is very rare that they ever basically make the corrections they need to beat that guy. It happens now and again, but generally, if you beat a guy once, you can beat him again. In grappling, that's kind of very similar as well. In combat sports in general,
Yeah.
if you beat a guy once, you probably can beat him again. And when you get to the world level and the upper echelon of the sport, guys, that's not always the case. This matchup is interesting because at the last two meetings, Luke Griffith has lost to Felipe Pena. Felipe Pena has submitted him. He submitted him 2024 ADCC World Championships in the final. He rear naked choked him after some adversity. And at CJI 2, he submitted him with one of the wildest arm bars of the entire event.
That was also an anger-fueled arm
Yes.
bar. I feel like there was a lot of anger inside.
In both matches, Luke Griffith gets out early, and
Nah, the second one was just arm bar.
oh, was Pena Pena was like, woo, Pena was angry
Yeah,
about that
it was
one.
that one
Yeah, I remember that.
it was that one that Pena just off jump just got an arm bar, and you're like, holy.
We're like, whoa.
We were barely getting there.
We were walking in, watching
Yeah.
on our phone, trying to get through ticketing, and we went, whoa, okay, we got here a little late. Yeah, but
Yeah, because we went to the Chinese food place and it took forever.
it took 45 minutes to get our check. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Sorry, you have to give you guys the background.
The
of,
TGI 2 was a lot of fun, but I think the interesting thing for me is if you look back at the ADCC 2024 matchup, which was again a year ago,
Yeah.
a year and a half ago at this point. Luke had moments in that match where I was like, oh, homie can take this. Homie can beat Pena. Luke's younger than Pena. Pena is 34. Felipe Pena is 34, and Luke is 23.
yeah.
There's an age gap here. There's an experience gap as well. Pena's been there, done that for a long time, for well over 15 years at this point. But the two matchups, or the first matchup in ADCC, it showed to me that Luke can take this. Although that being said, the most recent matchup this last year for CGI2 were 6 months ago.
Yep.
Pena subbed him definitively again, and so for me, this is interesting because if Luke brings new tools to this matchup, which Luke has shown that he is developing new tools. Pena generally looks the same as he did 10 years ago.
He does.
He has a very robust, good game that's worked at the highest levels, that has continued to work at the highest levels, that's been working at the highest levels for a long time, and really hasn't had a need to change a whole lot about what he's doing or why he's doing it or really anything. And Luke is still very rapidly, he's a newer black belt, still very rapidly developing, and it kind of makes me wonder, one of these days, Father Time catches up and, like, Luke wins this. Is it the third matchup? Is it a fourth matchup? Is it a fifth? Like, when does that occur? And the Kingsway team, the New Wave team, has had a lot of experience prepping for Felipe Pena. A lot of the problems and things that Pena historically does, they're going to have a specific camp now, with all the Gordon camps they had for Pena, like another specific camp, looking at Pena's game, looking what he brings to the table. And Pena's probably not going to come with a bunch of different or new stuff because what he does works. He plays that bear trap game. He traps you in half guard. He'll play you for the 50-50. Like, he's just robust everywhere. And he really seems to have Luke Griffith's number on this. So for me, this makes it a little more interesting. I'm picking Pena again.
Yeah.
But it makes the thought for me interesting because the age gap's there. And Luke has that entire Kingsway team behind him.
But with chemistry, is there really an age gap?
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
Man. With chemistry. With the sauce. Because Pena has popped before in IBGF back in the day.
Yeah.
But again,
he is in his late 30s, and I would assume that he takes something
he is in his mid-30s. He's in early 30s, technically.
Yeah.
He's 34. He's my age, Miranda.
Okay. Well, but still, he's
been at the highest level for that long. Like, it takes a toll on your body.
Yeah. I think he's fine. I think he'll do it again.
You think he does it again? Do you think he subs him?
Yes.
I think he has.
I say yes.
With what? You think he subs Luke with what?
I think back attack.
I kind of think the same thing.
I think bear trap to the back. He's good with said bear trap, I think
you think
Luke,
a la Gordon 2016.
Luke is long enough that he has a lot of leg to bear trap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That was sort of my thought for the guard, like the way that Pena plays that he will trap you in there for a while, and Luke is such a tall guy that he has to completely unravel the bear trap, and you're not going to be able to avoid the bear trap. I don't think.
You can try to go through it, but that's just going to blow your knee.
Yeah, and I think Luke's a good enough, high enough level guy. Again, silver at ADCC.
Yeah.
To not get his knee blown out.
And there might be some drama going on at Kingsway right now. That might be,
there's that too.
Influencing.
Could affect that whole camp.
Yeah. Sort of things.
You
you never
wonder.
know what is going on. But Luke might be isolated enough out of everything else.
Yeah. Just focusing on his camp as a professional.
But, generally speaking, going into a match, being 2 down, you're not. The odds are against you.
Yeah. Even mentally, it's like the guy's kind of beating you. Like, it takes a really special guy to, like, kind of get that out of your head.
He would have to get. I mean, the only way Luke is going to win is if he does something very, very quickly, like immediate. Like when was it Victor Hugo that he jumped on top of?
Jumped his back. Yeah, I think so.
Like that kind of. You're gonna have to pull that.
Which he can do.
And
he can do it.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen again. Especially to the same camp.
Right.
That it's already happened to one of their guys. They know exactly how that guy set it up. They know exactly how he did it.
It's
it makes me think, I think Sanji and Lovato and all those guys, they know how to.
Oh, because he's there now, isn't he, with them?
What?
Pena
is, well, doesn't he?
He was Gracie Barra. He was
Gracie Barra.
For a long
I thought he
forever.
was like, for whatever reason, I thought he was 6
But he's
weights, but maybe
he goes with Atos. He comes in. He's one of the OG Brazilian.
Yeah.
OG. He's one of the competitive Brazilian guys from that era that all kind of train together now and again when they need to in camps. He's in Andre's camps occasionally.
Yeah.
At Atos, like
maybe I'm wrong.
Built that bridge up.
For whatever reason, I thought they were together.
I think for some reason, Sanji might have helped him at one of his later camps. I forget which camp. I think this rings a bell as well. But I think you're right. I think I think this looks like
Did he just get married? Like recently?
Pena.
Yeah, like recently. Yeah, he just got married.
Good for him.
Like 5 days ago.
Good for him.
So I mean, as long as
Everything goes well.
the wedding doesn't
Mess with his
influence
camp.
him one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think this looks like 2024 ADCC, where we
Yeah.
see Luke come out really aggressively early, get in front, put a little bit of a lead on Pena, and then Pena weathers the storm because
Yeah.
we know Pena can weather a storm. He's done it time and time again. And then eventually gets Luke into the bear trap. And then
Yeah.
eventually off of that, either a protracted time with him in the bear trap and Luke just like not making mistakes, but eventually it wouldn't surprise me to see Pena get to the back and see just an incredible back game and him be able to get the finish.
yeah.
Or take a distant victory. Both guys have pathways to victory, but man, being down to whenever we do analysis is it's really tough to pick a guy that's been down to, especially by sub at the highest level. It's like ADCC, you're in your best form. CGI2, you're in your best form, and the guy's beating you there.
Oh, he is great.
Always kind of makes you
He has
wonder.
Gracie Baja with Pedro
Mourinho.
Mourinho.
Yeah.
And Ruin Alvarenga. And
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
I was in the wrong camp. But anyway.
That's what it is. So
I just think that he will still. That doesn't change my opinion
yeah,
on the situation.
Pena's Pena, man. He's just incredibly hard to beat unless you're Gordon, essentially.
Yeah.
Moving on. So let's. It was Kainan Duarte.
They jumped the back of.
Who was it? We've pulled some notes up here, and some of them are wrong.
Go up.
They're
Go,
wrong.
go.
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure they're wrong?
This is referee's decision. I swear it was.
That he jumped his back.
Was it Kainan? It was Kainan. He jumped the back at 5x
See,
Invitational.
this shows my my
Yeah.
brain. My brain is slow today.
It was Kainan. He jumped the back at
Okay.
5x Invitational. So moving on to the next one, we got. We have another rematch on the card: Diego Pato Oliveira versus Deandre Corbe. These guys went together at the Sapatero $100,000 tournament.
Yep.
That was last year, this year.
Yep. Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And incredibly close match,
Is it quarterfinal? No, semifinals.
semifinals,
Yeah.
and then
I'm looking at the brother.
and then DeAndre beat Cisneros for the final there.
Yeah.
Pato's coming off a nice win over Keith Krikorian, where we were really impressed with Keith.
Yeah.
But it was a very clear win. The match that they had on Sapatero with DeAndre and Pato, we all talked about it. We all watched it. We went, I can see how DeAndre won.
Yeah.
We all kind of watched it and went, I think
That was the one.
I would have given to Pato.
And Pato got so pissed off he left. And
Yeah.
he could have won like 20K or something like that.
As
Like
the
there
third
was
place, yeah.
like a third place winner,
Yeah.
and he just like rolled. He was like, screw this shit.
Yeah. And that's kind of again. I don't want to take anything from DeAndre's win there. Like he won. It's in the tournament that day. They gave it to him. We kind of thought on Grappling Rewind that we went, I would have given the nod to Pato. Again, it wasn't a robbery. It was a close match, but it was like when you're playing for the margins like that, I would have leaned Pato. So although technically he comes in having lost the prior match, very, very close, a little bit controversial win.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, the match looks exactly like it did before.
Yeah. It's going to be, unfortunately, the judges for who's number one and what they see and what they score
Yeah.
to be substantial.
And
if
so
that makes
generally
any
speaking,
sense.
for who's number one, I actually kind of like the who's number one.
If one of them can't footlock the other one.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
Yeah.
I like the who's number one judging criteria. I just think it's really poorly explained to the viewer and like broadcast.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, as we understand it, you watch the match. It's the guy you think should have won one.
Yeah.
Generally, it is the person you score. We score it like a points match.
Yeah.
If you're the
and
one
it's
scoring
like
points.
Yeah, and it's aggression and it's control and it's
Submission attacks, but submission attacks mean a little less potentially nowadays than they used to.
yeah, that positional work like goes above submission attacks.
Yeah. It's basically like it's a
Basically.
points match with no points. Is
Yeah.
essentially like if a guy was going to win on aggression or win on positional work, they're going to win who's number one most of the time.
Yeah.
So again, go back and watch the Sapatero match. I think this is going to look exactly like that. I don't think either guy is going to bring anything significantly different to the match. DeAndre won the matchup like that. And Pato thinks he won the matchup like that as well.
Yeah.
Both guys are not inclined to do anything differently
I also
having had that match.
I also don't know if an angry Pato is a good thing.
Yeah, angry Pato's not a great thing.
I think that's a built.
Also, Pato's at fucking AOJ now, man.
Yeah.
You're at like one of the top camps in the world consistently for gi and no-gi. And Pato's just been on a tear. Like the win over Krikorian, he beat Gavin Corbe, who just lost to Dorian Oliveira at trials. Gavin was on point. And Gavin also beat Keith Krikorian. At Pans, Pato beats Isaac Doderlin, former world champion at 45. He beat closed out with Kolabate. Just had an incredible run as of recently. And again, Deandre, no slouch as well, but had a good trials run at the previous trials. He beat Cade Sistos, Pato. He beat Josh Cisneros by Nibar to win the $100,000 at Sapatero. But he's just been a little less active recently than Pato.
Did he win recently against somebody?
I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong and missing something about that.
My brain isn't working completely today. So, Dion.
Because he was at CGI too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Him and Gavin were on the Misfits team.
Yes.
Yeah, I really
He's been on a little bit of a tear recently, but I don't really go against.
Man, Pato's a two division champ, 45 champ and 55 champ. He kneebarred Dante Leone.
Yeah.
Dante's really tough to put away. I just think that overall Pato's going to have a more aggressive wrestling game, and then Pato has a better scrambling guard game from the bottom. If Deandre plays on the outside, he's going to mitigate a lot of that. But I think, again, an angry Pato is more willing to take risks, and you kind of want Pato to be a little risk averse, because when Pato decides to show for something, he gets it. Like, look at the match he had with Baby Shark. Look at the match he had with Dante. Like, those two championship matches on Who's Number One, when he wants it, he guns for it. He gets stuff a lot.
So it looks like him and his brother have been doing a lot of seminars recently. Okay. So he hasn't been competing a lot.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd seen DeAndre in a minute here. I saw him at trials with his brother, but...
yeah, it looks like they've been doing seminars.
Yeah, so... That's my thought, is that the match looks exactly like it did at Sapatero, with Pato being a little more aggressive and taking a decision.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a sub on either one. A footlock sub from Pato doesn't surprise me, because again, Pato I think is going to be angry and looking to really definitively take that win.
Yeah.
So I think DeAndre will be a little more tentative, but I think that's how the matchup plays out.
I think Pato will have a little fire under his ass for this match.
Which is something you don't want Pato to have.
Which I feel like benefits him in this rule set, because it makes him look more aggressive. It makes him have more action. It makes him...
and that's... that decision that he loses with just more aggression and anger, he wins. So... moving on to the women's championship featherweight match, we have Helena Cravar, the current champion, versus Julia Boscher, both black belts. Man, Cravar is one of the best in the world, if not arguably the best in the world. She wins CGI 2. She beat Adele Fornerino. This is wrong. A lot of that is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Just ignore some of it. And she beat Sarah Galvao.
Yeah.
She beat Sulame. She beat Lalani Barnales. She beat Elizabeth Clay.
Yeah.
Like, Cravar, other than facing Fionn, has beat, most of the top women in the world at the weight class.
Yeah.
Definitively. She's looked good. Julia is good. Has had mixed results at Brazilian nationals, at South American trials.
She's a very traditional gi background.
Yeah,
if this was a match in the gi, it would be we would be.
Yeah, I almost would want to much rather see this in the gi than no gi, because Julia Boscher is ranked like number 18th.
Yeah,
this for me is, frankly, a little odd matchmaking.
Yeah,
to put your number one, your champion, and like a dominant champion right now. With the Who's Number One wins and the CGI 2 wins, versus your number 18th. Like, it is odd to see a championship match made with someone outside of the top 15.
Yeah.
Almost in the top 20.
Yeah, even if your top 15 maybe isn't available.
then you kind of
But
shelf your champ for a minute, and then
Yeah.
you wait till someone is. It is just very odd that she is listed as number 18th ranked. It's this on paper should be a blowout for Cravar.
Yeah.
This should be a triangle or a leg lock for Cravar.
Yeah.
Again, we've seen Cravar have some misstep matches that get close. We haven't seen it in a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an odd one to preview just because of the
Skill discrepancy.
the skill discrepancy in Nogi, and the ranking discrepancy.
Yeah.
Like this is odd matchmaking. I wish we would have seen Cravar against a woman in the top 5, even a rematch with any of the ladies that she's gone against, on a championship level recently. I think would be better. This is very odd matchmaking for a championship match. Again, Julia is phenomenal. She is world class, but has not had the success.
And she's older.
Yeah. So
Which, I mean, Helena's going to move. And there's a lot of... She's
not that much old. She's 30.
Yeah, but she's 18.
Cravar's 18.
There's a lot of difference between 18 and 30.
There is.
As someone in their 40s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of difference between... I'll go against a 30-year-old. I'm not going against an 18-year-old.
Yeah, it's
I'm
reasonable.
done with that part of my life.
That's reasonable. Yeah.
In a tournament, they move so fast that you can't even functionally know where they're going.
Yeah.
And I feel like Cravar has a lot.
She's dynamic.
Has a lot to work with.
Yeah.
And I understand maybe this is a situation where they needed someone, and Boscher maybe gets a really good match after this.
Yeah.
Like
Boscher shows up here and puts
Yeah.
on a good performance. She actually absolutely raises her rank here, which is always interesting. When you're ranked, potentially that 18th ranking is not actually representative of where she actually sits in the division, because we haven't seen her much on Who's Number One. So it does give you. We have seen her on Who's Number One before.
Yeah.
But again, it is just odd that it is advertised 1 versus 18.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
I mean, she does,
odd.
and she is from Rio. She does have a lot of. She's had 2 MMA fights. Mm-hmm. No,
You're
one.
in Rio.
No MMA fights. These are
Different
jiu-jitsu
women.
matches.
Okay.
No, she went against Bia Mesquita,
Okay.
and I now have the problem of getting the Bias confused.
Like I
because
did for years? Bianca Basilia and Bia Mesquita?
You've now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for that.
I'm glad that
I
you
used to
also
know
you
that-
also have.
I used to know the difference. My brain does not.
I'm super happy that you now have this, as I got so much shit ADCC 2022
Bianca
for the
is,
entire team.
Bianca is the one without the unibrow.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
So, moving on. Do you have picks on this? I think Cravar takes this by a triangle.
Yeah.
Next one, we have an interesting matchup. We have Gabby Pisana versus Paige Yvette Clymer. We have not seen Gabby a ton in Nogi. We have seen her in Nogi. She's looked very good.
She did Nogi Worlds and blew through everyone.
She
and
did
then,
that.
And then she just did BJJ Stars and blew through everybody except for finals. She didn't blow through her, but she still won.
Tiny Porfirio?
Yeah.
We talked about that match last week.
She slows her down, but she didn't.
Was you not talking about that match, or was somebody else?
No, it was me.
Where I was frustrated with her passing.
Yeah.
With Porfirio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pisana is essentially unbeatable right now. That being said, so easy money here is on Pisana.
Yeah.
She's a little less experienced in Nogi, but she looks very good.
She hasn't lost in how many years?
A
significant amount of years.
Yeah. Usually a points player, but here's my thought about the matchup. Paige, very, very good. If Paige, and she's tough, and she can weather the storm for a lot of the matches. If you outsize Paige, and you can put her on the bottom and put a bunch of pressure on her, you can slow her game down.
Yeah.
And you can really limit what she is able to do, and you can take a victory over Paige. If you can get to her back, you can stand her back. Those are matches in we've seen versus Halfway Legetis, versus Cayuta Ramos, versus Amy Campo. She can get beat. Again, some of those matches, the Campo match.
She lost at Brazilios.
Brazilios? Yeah.
Against Tanya. That was the last one, Porfirio.
But Porfirio's beat her before, Gabby Pisana.
Yeah.
But that was the last one.
But that was the only way. Oh, we're going back now.
Yes.
I'm looking for the last
and that's why
one
I was
before
like,
that.
Tiny can beat her, but I think the
Yara Suarez in 2021. So
Yara Suarez is one,
yeah.
but she's beaten Yara like 8 or 10 times since,
But
or 11 times since then.
It's been a good 4 years and she's lost once.
Yeah. So where I think Paige is very good is Paige will not stop trying to get out of a bad spot. And Pisana a lot of times has some wide technique in some areas where there is an opportunity.
And I think
If you like go to Footlocker,
yeah.
I've been really unimpressed with Pisana's footlocks.
Yeah, and I think maybe unless she has one of those bites on your foot where like you think your foot is about to blow off, I think Paige will have the wherewithal to get out of said footlock.
Yes, unless she gets a crazy bite on something and can just feel like
And
I'm
I mean,
gonna break it.
she might have that like bite where like, especially if you know the whole Aoki game and you know how to like pin someone's heel. But I haven't seen her do that. I've seen her grab feet like.
We've seen her grip and rip in a like high calf, like just kind of grip, just kind of really wide kneed, open. Like I've been kind of shocked with the technical acumen of some of the belly down footlocks that Pisana has finished.
Yeah.
Like the one versus Brianna St. Marie.
Yeah.
Was she did it and I kind of went, oh, that was a footlock that does not look at the level that you are at. And she's finished a couple of those where it's just like, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm just bellying down and ripping this footlock. I think Paige, if she is aware of that and cannot just get like crushed with that footlock, I think Paige has a really good opportunity to counter footlock Pisana here. Now, that being said, if Pisana gets going, gets on top of Paige and slows Paige down and like puts a bunch of pressure into Paige, I think that's a very valuable strategy for Pisana to get the back and rear naked choke Paige.
Yeah.
That is sort of how I think this matchup is going to go. That I think the easy money is Pisana by sweep. Again, typically plays a much more gi heavy sweep game.
Yeah.
But I think she should be able to sweep Paige over.
Yeah.
Because she's going to play a wide game. She's going to force Paige to try to get under her. Paige does have a good deadlift pass, which I think is what in the way that Porfirio drives forward, Paige lifts up.
Yeah.
But Pisana will tend to wrestle up on that and grab a leg off of that sequence like you should. I think Paige can beat Pisana in that sequence if she is diligent about it. But I also can see Paige getting heavy on her legs in that pass and getting sucked into the footlock game of Pisana. I can see Paige winning the footlock game versus Pisana. I could also see Pisana turning over, getting the back, passing, getting the mount, or just ripping the footlock so hard that Yvette has to tap.
Yeah.
So Paige is winning this in a footlock exchange.
Yeah.
Because of what we've seen from Gabby's footlock game. Gabby is winning this in you just gripped and ripped the ankle lock, or in like a top pressure, heavy pressure game.
But if we get a game where Gabby pulls guard,
which I think we will.
Which is going to happen.
Yeah.
Paige is trying to pass.
Yeah.
If Paige stays diligent on top, trying to pass, and that becomes the entire game,
Could be a decision. Win.
then Paige might win a decision. Because we have seen Gabby do that, or she pulls guard and she's not willing to
won't
let you
open
out.
up to sweep enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless she knows she can get it. And so if Paige can stay diligent on top,
Especially a no-gi, man.
yeah,
Like there's
it's-
less grips for Pisana to work with.
Yeah, diligent on top, and maybe it's a thing where you threaten or you act like you might go after their feet if they go to open guard, so that pulls Gabby into making her stay in full guard.
Yeah.
Then you really just have to stay on top and stay active, and you win the rule set, unless there's some kind of weird judges thing where the judges love Gabby Pisana.
I think for some reason that wouldn't surprise me if Pisana has the lead going into this, given that she's making her super fight debut in no-gi.
Yeah. So it might be a situation where you have to beat her then.
That's what I think. Yvette is unfortunate where it's like you kind of have to beat her.
Or you have to sub her. I mean.
You have to sub, or you have to put a dominant performance up where there's not.
It can't be close, and then you're the one on top.
I don't think judges are going to give Yvette a close decision. I think they're going to give that to Pisana. But that's where it goes. This is easy money here is on Pisana. I think that's most likely. Again, when Who's Number One sets up a no-gi debut for someone, for a big name, it is. I cannot think of a time we have ever seen it go the other way.
But this is also number 3 versus number 7, which is better.
Which is super close, and also with some of the technical ways that Pisana has gone into the feet, there is someone that one day will figure out how to counter her because I've been unimpressed with the footlock game.
Yeah, but I've also seen Paige in, I think it was Nogi Worlds, like get guillotined very easily.
Yeah,
and
Paige
just
will
not responding correctly to.
Paige will sometimes have like a lapse in concentration and judgment and like get stuck in something. So there's a lot here. I'm excited for the matchup. This is one of the ones that I'm more excited for. Again, Basana's making the Nogi debut, and Yvette brings some interesting pieces to the table that if she plays her card, if Yvette on her best day wins this match, which is interesting. So, anything else on it?
Nope.
Moving on, let's talk about a late match that got added. It's not even on the initial breakdown.
It was a
November 23rd.
It was a replacement.
Okay.
Because it was supposed to be Jordan Perez-Singer versus Sanji Ribeiro.
So now it is Sanji Ribeiro versus Faris. Faris Ben locked them.
Yeah.
You had an interesting take on this one. Oh, no, it's a different matchup.
This is like the old guard versus the new guard.
And that's my biggest concern is that Faris is 2024 Nogi World Champion and European Champion.
Yeah, and
Sanji
has beat Richie Martinez. But both those gentlemen are around the same age.
Mm-hmm. And then he's lost to Wagner.
He lost
to Kid Dale.
Yeah.
Sanji has had a couple of performances that he retired and then unretired.
Yeah.
And we're watching the unretirement matches of Sanji, which is like, man, you want to keep competing? I love it. I love competing.
I would have liked to see Sanji versus people of his
era and
age.
Yeah.
Just because this might just be a blowout of just youth and being able to move and being able to attack and keeping the pressure and keeping the pace and just going and going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sanji has the ability to then like just,
play the old school game, play the style.
And just trick you and take it.
Or get you on the bottom and pressure pass and then be on top and be Sanji. But
recently we haven't seen him do that against people that are of this caliber.
Yes. That's I think the nicest way to put that. This is if Sanji, we see a splash of the old Sanji and Sanji can get on top.
Yeah. There could be something really weird happen, like Faris
respect Sanji too much.
They schedule Ferris's flight to come in a couple hours before the match.
Jet lag. Yeah.
There could be a jet lag. There's things.
Because he's coming out from Europe.
If they really wanted to,
stack it for Sanji,
they could kind of do that. But we're hoping that they don't do that.
Yeah, I love watching Sanji. I think that this is another odd replacement to make, given the last two matches we've seen from Sanji, because he's older, man. He was retired. He's unretired now. And I think that Faris takes this match in a more commanding way than Kit Dale and Wagner took matches over Sanji.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be surprising given Faris's, like, he's a 46% submission rate.
Yeah.
If Faris subs.
He might have also been coming into town because he's doing Nogi Worlds.
Yeah.
And so this
could be a side event for him.
Yeah, it was an easy event to kind of pull him into.
So he was 24 Nogi World Champion.
And that could be the same thing with some of these matches when I think about it. Is it could be, okay, you're coming into Nogi Worlds, we'll give you this match.
Do a match the week before, warm up, stay in the country, get some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my kind of take on the match. I think it's not great matchmaking. I want to see Sanji against guys from his era, and Faris is not from his era and is the current Nogi World Champion.
Yeah.
Looking to make that 2 times in next week. Moving on, let's talk about this one. Dante Lund versus Andy Murasaki. And Andy Murasaki is ranked number 20 here. We laughed because it was like real. I was like, that's not correct. Like, he is he's ranked way higher in the gi, but in Nogi he's ranked number 20. Dante Lund's ranked number 5. And we were talking about Krovar and her matchup, and I was like, this is not quite the same thing. Murasaki just doesn't do as much Nogi, but he is a monster. You don't go to the finals of the Crown 3 years in a row and win the Crown once, without being being number 20.
And the only reason he wasn't winning before,
Mika and Tynan.
yeah,
Yeah, man,
like,
you're running into two of the best generational
besides the two of
talents.
them, like it wasn't that he was losing. Like he was losing to the best in the world. So
It's like, that's also Dante.
Yeah.
The only reason he's losing is like why? It's like because Mika Galvao exists, and then he beat Mika Galvao.
yeah,
At ADCC. I don't know how this. So we were talking on the pre-show. I'm jazzed for this one because Dante Leon has an astonishingly good guard. He plays like an R guard. He plays a reverse De La Riva guard. De La Riva. He'll wrestle you up out of it. He has amazing footlocks off of it that we've seen a little less recently. Andy,
let's hold.
Okay.
For some reason, I think Andy Murasaki is injured, but I could be completely.
is he
wrong.
out now?
I
Well, let me continue. He just did the crown like
know
a week ago.
think.
All right, so I'll keep talking about Andy Murasaki. Andy Murasaki is also phenomenal. Also has a phenomenal guard game, an amazing sweep game. He wins the crown on pulls. Like he
Yeah.
basically gets into a pull battle. He gets underneath. He has a great X guard sweep that he uses to move to top. I have no idea how this one is going
Yes,
to go.
he's pulled out. I thought I saw this due to injury.
No.
I knew I saw this.
No.
Sometimes
Fuck,
my
I'm so
brain does.
excited about
Sometimes
this.
my brain does work. 4 days ago, right after he did the crown, he pulled out
That
due to
sucks.
injury, and his match has been removed.
Okay, well, when we see this matchup, it's going to be really good. It's a battle of really good guard players. Andy Murasaki will continuously sit.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish the preview.
You're like
I'm excited for
You're
it.
like you're excited for this match. It won't happen right now, but we are excited.
Murasaki has a really watch him play at the crown.
Yeah.
That ability to sweep, get on top. I think works less well in Who's Number One. And Dante has won more Who's Number One matches and more
Yeah.
familiar with it. Murasaki's been there before. We've seen Murasaki on Who's Number One on Fight Pass Invitational. But like, man, this is going to be a fun matchup of like guys that are good and can play from the guard and also pass.
Yeah.
Sucks. I'm not going to see it now. So, okay. Well,
Moving
moving
that
on.
match will happen at some other later date.
It better happen some later date because I was jazzed for that one. Moving on. Let's talk about light heavyweight match. We have Felipe La Haranja Costa versus Abe La Montaña.
The notes are wrong. He's not Brazilian Fight Factory. He is Six Blades.
Who is?
Felipe Costa. I don't really know why it says that.
Oh, that's weird.
Maybe he trains like part time with them or something. But
He's been Six Blades for
Yeah,
since
he's-
Zach and I commentated him at Brown Belt
well, and
Coco
then
Elite.
when he did ADCC championships,
Yeah.
remember we were
We
surrounded.
can just call it ADCC.
Yeah,
You don't have to call it the World Championship.
Well, yeah, when we were there, we were surrounded by Six Blades people.
Yeah, and it was a good time.
Yeah, we were in the Six Blades section.
What was it? 2022, we were surrounded by Unity.
Yeah.
And then 2024, it was Six Blades. And then 2019, it was.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, who was it? We were doing. We're trying to a bunch of media in 2019.
But
That was open seating 2019, so we'd sit different places every day.
see, I like open seating. I'm a fan.
I
wanna sit
because then I got to get there
wherever.
early. You got to get there stupid early.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's part of the fun.
Nope, it's not fun. It wasn't fun to
Okay.
sit. Remember 2022? Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I
I guess
remember.
getting there at 6 a.m. and then waiting for 5.5 hours before the
sun?
event started.
Yeah, in the sun.
And then getting in and sitting down and waiting 3 hours for the event. That sucked.
Yeah,
We
but
talked about how much it sucked.
we just sat there and fucked around as we stood in line.
Yeah, but we were miserable day
Okay.
2. We were so
I still like
miserable.
to open. Maybe not open for the whole thing, but maybe open for the area because I don't like having assigned seats.
I love assigned seating. Open seating makes me so stressed. But
Okay.
moving on before we go on this tangent. You're just so you know, like public, you're wrong. You're not correct about this. Open seating is terrible.
Okay. Whatever you
You're
say.
gonna fight me on this.
Okay.
You brought up something interesting, which was the position that
La
Abe likes to play
Montaña.
from.
He likes to play from reversed closed guard. It sucks.
It does.
If you have somebody who likes to play from it, it sucks. I get stuck in it all the time with a larger gentleman. It is not fun.
So you had you had a take on this for like Felipe's camp that I want you to like reiterate.
Yeah,
here.
I think he has enough people in his background, in his camp, and around him. This is what I was saying about an earlier match, but I was thinking of the wrong team. He has enough people that have either went against La Montaña or who has seen him and understands the game to be able to coach him like how to deal with reverse close guard. Because there are ways that you can save your feet from being attacked in that position. for that reason, I think you either have to attack him differently, which then takes Abe out of his game, or you have to kind of weather the storm. But I think with six blades behind him, Felipe will know how to get out of that
Reverse
position.
close guard,
Yeah.
He'll have options and answers.
Yeah. Now it's also possible that Abe was one of the ones that, has been doing the A block for a bazillion years. That
It's named after him.
That is named after him. That he can do it very quickly and get it. But at the same time, it'd be really funny if Felipe Costa did it to him.
Because you're kind of in a position where it can happen.
Yeah.
You can get reversed on it.
But I think Felipe Costa plays a much more like a scrambly game than Abe Montaña does.
Yeah, we looked at his world. What did we take, second?
Yeah.
Or third?
What?
At ADCC.
I don't know.
He medaled.
Yeah.
He medaled at ADCC. Incredible selection of performances there. Again, at
We've
the
seen
year
him.
when the CGI happened, it was an odd
And
year.
we've
but
seen Felipe Costa all over the place.
Yeah.
We've seen him locally. Weirdly enough, he locally takes tournaments. Yeah.
He's really, really good. Abe is a bit more of a known quantity now if you have a match against him, what to expect.
Now
and he's beatable if you know what to expect.
He is at Kingsway now, so maybe
Yeah.
there'll be a difference to his game. But when you think about it, Kingsway, you're all kind of those ranked athletes. So how much are you really getting out of? Unless you're paying for it, how much are you really going to get out of the instructors?
How much individual attention are you getting? Yeah, kind of.
I mean, you could be in a great room and you can get a lot from a great room, but are you getting individual attention?
How much are you improving your own game
Yeah.
and like making changes to your game with coaching, which is really what you need at the top level? We don't know.
Yeah.
Guys
And
have been really happy at Kingsway.
especially to be able to change your game more than what you're good at, which is reverse close guard.
Yeah. I go Felipe here. I think we get the Felipe that we saw at ADCC.
Yeah.
He's been pretty consistent. I've been really happy with how consistent Felipe Costa has been. I think Abe's going to pull. I think Felipe Costa is going to have great outside passing. We're going to see that classic six blades, Hibero style low passing that Lovato uses, that Sandra uses. I think Abe's going to have a good shot at a footlock at one point, but I think Felipe Costa is going to aggressively kind of yank out. Montaña is going to try to wrestle out of it. Costa's going to come down. Then start passing off of that and get Abe into a regard game that Costa just has more activity on and wins a decision on that activity from the top position trying to pass.
The other thing is Felipe Costa would probably let his foot break.
He does seem like that's kind of why he does seem like the kind of guy that'll let it break.
He kind of comes off as Abe might have to really break, literally separate the foot joint to be able to.
Old school Brazilian guy, you're saying? He's young. He's like what?
He's young,
he's
but
20.
he comes off more as like Wagner's son.
For the love of the game.
Yeah.
Achilles?
Yeah, more of like the Achilles kind of like, I'm young and I'll take a foot break. I'll just wrap it up and I'll be good.
Yeah, I'll take a foot break to win the match.
It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't start this match with wrapped feet.
That actually, if I'm fighting Abe, I would absolutely start with wrapped feet there. You just don't want to get A blocked, man. You just don't want the guy to hit the thing that he's known for on you.
And there is a way to get out of it. You just have to know how to do it, because Big J taught us at a seminar once of how to get out of it. I now forget that, so I just kind of kick. I just kind of kick with fury. And hope I get out of things.
Yeah, it's
or you can
technique
reverse
out of it too.
guard the reverse guard.
That's I usually.
You reverse guard the
I
reverse
just look at the
guard.
clock and I hope that my technique was better. Really is what I do. But so that's the card. We have some undercard matches as well. Andres Barkovskis is on here. Sebastian Attard is on here as well. It's a fun card. I really think that a lot of these matches are going to go to your champions and to the guys that have won matches prior. That's generally speaking how I think the card is going to go. I would have liked to see a little bit more closely ranked guys in some of these matchups.
Yeah.
But it should be fun. Hopefully, the event isn't 4.5 hours. Hopefully, they run through the event quickly.
I'm reading this backwards. Yeah.
What you got?
No, I was looking at Asian trials. It's in Thailand this year.
Really?
Yeah, it's in Bangkok, Thailand.
I would have loved to go to that.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought it was in Australia or
Japan.
Japan. That's normally where it
Dude,
always is.
Bangkok would have been amazing to go to.
There's
Wow,
only
we messed
there's
up
only
on that.
350 people registered.
That's actually a pretty decently sized Asian Oceanic Trials.
Yeah, but that's everybody. That's intermediate and everything. That's not.
Oh,
just
it's
the
everyone.
pros.
Yeah, man. It's a small. It's always a really small trials, man.
Yeah.
It's not the women's qualifier anyway.
Yeah.
So it's the first one. So the women, are not going to travel to Thailand from Australia if they want to get that. They're not going to go from Japan to go and win that. Like it's.
Yeah.
Like it is the smallest trials by a good margin for all divisions.
But you still have the Sydney West people in here.
Always, you're always going to City West guys.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be really good. Do you have any big names you're looking at, or just you want to just
There's
make that
50
comment?
people now registered for under 65.
Okay. How many? And I'm just run through the numbers for the divisions because we're not going to preview them
yeah.
individually.
75 is 50 people.
Okay.
87 is 16 people. 99.
That's like old school trials numbers.
99 is 15 people.
Is Saunders in there for 99 at plus 99?
Plus 99. Let's see.
Because you haven't seen Josh Saunders in a minute for a division of that size.
So plus 99 is 11.
Ooh,
And there's no Saunders.
really?
No.
Okay.
But there's Mansur Mackenoff.
Okay. Yep.
And a bunch of guys that I do not recognize. Fat Cat Jiu-Jitsu Club. That sounds like a fun place to go to.
Maybe let's.
Fergus. I've
Okay.
never seen that name before.
Huh.
Anyway, sorry. I'm
So
just
it's
doing my random.
much smaller trials.
You have Daniel Short
Okay.
and Roberto Dib Frias. That'll be
Yep.
your final
Bob.
for 99 for under
Bob
90.
will take the finals.
That'll
probably.
be your under 99 final. And then we kind of have a gist of, after a while.
Generally, the brackets are that small.
Joseph Chen.
All right, at 77.
Yeah.
So Joseph
No,
Chen.
at under 88.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big boy nowadays.
Yeah, he did get a lot. He got
got some
bigger.
size on him, and probably it's a little bit easier of a bracket, truthfully. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's 16.
As you go up the weight classes, like the
Yeah.
brackets get thinner, and the competition level generally, like guys talk about, like the bigger divisions are typically easier brackets.
Yeah.
77. Who you got? Because I'm not looking at that. I'm going off your recommendation.
77. We have Isaac Michelle.
Okay.
We have
Michelle will
We have
take
Kenta.
That'll be your
Kenta.
finals. Kenta and Isaac will be your finals. That's what bracket of 50 or bracket of
50.
54, I think.
So maybe he decided, he was like, "Oh, fuck that 50. I want to go to the 16 people."
Yeah, 16 people, and then Joseph Chen in it. I'll take Chen, Isaac, Michelle, and Kenta. That'll be a fun one.
They're the
Those
only
guys have
names
opportunities to win
Yeah,
that.
right this second that I recognize.
Because Kenta's won every trial since 2019.
Yeah.
And then Isaac won the last two.
Yeah.
So, or three,
Yeah, I don't
two division. Yeah, he's won two.
I don't recognize anybody else. And then at under 66, we have Muhammad El Kir. I thought he was not from Australia, so maybe
Omar. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
The Atos guy?
Oh no, Sydney West.
Oh, okay, that guy. Okay.
But we have some other people, so it'll be interesting one way or another. We have Daniel Soliescu.
Okay.
Is it Soliescu?
Stolecki.
Solecki.
Yeah.
Now I completely messed that one
It's
up.
fine.
But yeah, so we have some people we've seen, some people we haven't seen, so maybe it'll be interesting to see.
We're going to talk about Joseph Chen match probably.
Yeah.
Which
So
I
we
always
get to-
like.
So anyway, that'll be.
Dude, all the guys in my club love Joseph Chen.
He's kind of hard not to like.
Yeah. They just like talk about his passing and talk about like, oh, you should
Yeah.
Joseph Chen. He's like, yes, I've seen him passing and
Yes.
doing that stuff.
Everybody
So-
at my school will regularly talk about Joseph Chen.
He's got a good game, man.
He's also a pleasant human.
He is.
Like you don't want to get angry at him. See, if somebody like him ran ecological jiu-jitsu and like they were the forefront of it, we'd all be behind it.
Yeah, that's very
Like you
reasonable.
need somebody like that.
You need someone like Joseph Chen to run your style.
Yeah, your
So-
style or your way of getting money from people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's all we got. Draws will be fun. Who's number one will be fun. I think who's number one will probably be a little bit quicker recap next week. So we'll spend a little more time on trials, but probably split the show half and half. And that's it. We have an event happening in Isle of Man. Probably won't get a chance to cover that. It's a pay-per-view. It's like $15.
Yeah. It looks fun. It has a bunch of matches on it. I had to learn about the Isle of Man because I didn't know it existed.
I love the Isle of Man because it has one of the most interesting races events.
Motorcycle race.
It's a very famous motor. It's like the most dangerous open circuit motorcycle event, and I watch it every year, and I watch the sidecar event for it every year.
Do you watch it every year?
Yeah, I watch the highlights and watch some of the races every year. I really like it. I've always wanted to go to the Isle of Man.
You're like me and my weird. I like the ultra marathons. I won't watch them completely, but I watch. There's one that's like in the mountains, and I forget what its name is off the top of my head.
The Denver one?
No, the one that's in like the middle of the like Tennessee, and like no one knows when it's gonna start, and like it's a freaking crazy. You have to get like pages of books and like run for days. Yeah,
so
it's great.
It's the pronounce that word, Miranda, for me.
Jaceris Invitational?
Yeah, Jeceris Invitational, headlined by Ono Flanagan versus Jonatas Gracie. Should be very, very fun.
That should be interesting.
Yeah.
Right there, because you never know what'll happen there.
The question is, can Owen triangle or break Jonatas' foot? Or can Jonatas get out of that and then pressure pass on the top and head and arm? That's the game. I kind of think that's a fun one.
I think O'Flanagan.
I want to take O'Flanagan. I like O'Flanagan's style better.
Yeah. I think he's a good chap.
He is. There's also it's a European event for European. We have Ash Williams versus Prokofskan. I forget his first name. We also have Nia Blackman versus the Samola. Is here. We got Jasmine Hocha versus De Farino as well is on here. We have Ruan Algaranga versus Gibson. So there's some names that we are very familiar with. So it's a Jerkis Invitational. You can find the pay-per-view on their Instagram. So again, first event out of Isle of Man.
Yeah.
It seems really cool. It just unfortunately is on a week. Normally we'd cover it, but it's on a week where we have two other major events happening.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens. If something crazy happens, we might still talk about
you know how the show works. Occasionally, if the show's awesome, we'll pay for the pay-per-view and talk about it.
I have a big weekend, but there's a possibility I'll watch it anyway.
That's
give me something to do.
So that's it. Anything else? Anything else we're gonna talk about in the outro, or anything going on?
Getting
through Thanksgiving.
I'll be at Finishers on Saturday.
Yep.
For a match, and then I will be at the. I'll be at a seminar, Wierzinski seminar in the gi on Sunday, which seldom happens.
Yeah, you don't play much gi anymore.
I do not.
I'm still in the gi probably 3 or 4 days a week.
I am in the gi once every 2 weeks. And that is basically just to attempt to choke my coach.
That's reasonable.
Because he is very chokeable.
In the gi.
But not really, because it still hasn't happened.
Give it time.
One day.
Give it time.
One day.
So, that's it. Just back to training. We're about to finish up, do promotions for the university team and club, so that'll be fun. We're at this last weekend.
Your wife
that was fun.
is...
Hey, my wife's getting black belt in like 2 weeks, December 15th, so that's super exciting. She'll be the first woman for Team Balance Baltimore to get a black belt, which is like...
That's awesome.
In 20 years of that gym being around, it's like pretty crazy. It sucks. Like, I'm just a regular black. I'm just like the next. I was like, just another black belt guy, one of many. My wife's like the first woman. You're like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So we're like not preparing anything for that, but we're sort of just getting everything ready because that's a big deal.
Get presents and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot I got presents and stuff for that. People were like, congratulations. And
we
I was like,
bring presents for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I just love and support my wife.
We can do the internet pineapple. I'll bring, but the problem is if I bring her a pineapple, really, in all honesty, it's a pineapple for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love pie. It's my favorite fruit.
But for whatever reason, the internets say you're supposed to get a pineapple when you get your black belt.
I think that was a Reddit joke from years ago.
Yeah, I think it was too.
And I also went like,
just,
dude, I love free pineapple.
Like, people are just
it's my favorite fruit.
So people just bring the pineapple.
So that's super exciting. So that'll be in literally 15 days from now because it's November 30th.
Yes.
And yeah, that's super. It's super exciting because it's been fun to train with my wife for the last decade plus and watch her develop. And I
remember her when she was like a green belt.
Blue belt.
No, she was green. It was like she was a blue and white. She was not. I was at a tournament. I was a white belt. She was not a white belt, but not a blue belt. She was like, I think it was.
Did they
like,
give her a different belt for that
it
tournament?
was like a green, or it was like maybe she was wearing it because they both had white belts on.
I think that's why.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but I remember seeing her and she scared me.
She's a scary lady.
And I was like, I don't want to go against that scary woman over there. And I remember saying that to myself and being like, that woman is scary. I do not
You were in
want
her
to go
division back
against
in the day?
I was once a couple years after that at like
Okay.
blue belt maybe, because you have a picture of all of us together.
Oh, yeah, I do. I remember that now. Yep.
But that was years
There's
later.
almost 10 years
But
ago at this point.
she's always been smaller than me.
Yeah.
So there was a point in which I was tiny, but
You guys have never competed against each other, right?
no, we did at
Did you really?
New Breed maybe. Yeah, at like blue belt. I want to say.
I never knew
Yeah.
that. I forgot
I want to
about
say
that.
we went against each other at blue belt, but only once, and it never happened again.
Oh, that's so funny. And you
Yeah.
guys have just followed each other with the same belts through all of the years.
We've basically been, but she's always been smaller than I am.
Oh, yeah, she's usually a weight class below.
Yeah, or if I've been really small, it's been a tournament that she didn't do.
Right.
Or I've been a master. That's the other thing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm 10 years older than your wife.
Like 7.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit.
Essentially 10 years.
Yeah,
But
essentially 10 years.
so yeah. So it's fun time, super exciting. I'm
Yep.
like super proud of that and her development and like everything she's done.
I will
and,
be
like,
a brown
all
belt
the-
for another year.
all of the technique I've stolen from her over the years has been very nice.
Yeah.
You're still a brown belt. You're going to be brown belt. And, you know, you go probably less.
For
You got
at
probably less than a year.
I got it like a year.
You got probably less than a year.
We're not going
So.
to push that.
Eventually, the whole
Eventually it will happen.
It's very funny over the years. Like the whole team for Grappling Grind, we started. Nobody on the team was a black belt. Now the majority of people on the Grappling Grind team are black belts.
Yeah.
and it's the guys that we've brought in like after, like
Yeah.
maybe Josh and like after Josh and me, like Simon and Corey.
Yeah.
Are guys that are still in the colored belts, but like they're very rapidly diminishing. We've all just kind of been here long enough to get black belt. It's been
Yeah.
neat. So that's it. I got nothing else. Brian, anything else on you?
Nope, nothing else.
As always on the show, I am your host, Maine. Here with my co-host,
Miranda.
and we have the Grappling Grinds, and that what it is. Stay safe. If you like the show, please consider sharing it on Facebook with the folks at your gym. It's the best way that we grow the show, and we really appreciate it. You can reach out to us on email.
We also have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Google Plus,
Until that shuts down.
we have a website.
If you have an event you would like to have us cover, please let us know. If you have a name, like most people do, and you'd like to have us stop butchering it,
Let us know.
reach out to us. The show is also available on YouTube, Spotify, in addition to iTunes and every other podcast service. We very much appreciate your time, and thank you.